Hey guys, how we going? Hoops here with a video. I'm actually going to work on the Torana today. So it's been a bit of a long time coming. We've had some pretty ordinary weather and yeah, just trying to get out and do something. And just today was pretty much my day off, so I figured I might as well see if I can have a tackle at some of these little rust spots and stuff that I've got going on. And anyway, this is the Hoopers Mayhem. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. And yeah, hit that like button if you like the Torana restoration videos. Like I said, it's been a long time since I've done one of these videos. So we'll kick off with the intro and we'll see you guys once I get back, and we'll show you what sort of stuff I'm going to tackle today. Alrighty, so here is the replacement pieces that I'm making up right now. As you can see, it's fairly caked with rust, so I'll have to treat all this in here. That's just silicone, I think, in there, or old body fill. And then this piece here, same deal. To treat all this with rust, wire brush it all down, cut it back a bit, and then we'll clean up these couple pieces of metal, and then we'll sit that in there. And the other piece we'll do like that, and then we'll tack it all along the seam. Like start one tack here, then we'll move up to here and tack one there. Move to tack, move to tack, move to tack, and just keep randomly doing them all over, so that way it doesn't warp and things like that, and cool it down as we go. And I'm going to cut another little piece here, which I'll take out to this edge, and I'll replace that piece then too, and then that'll be one shelf that's done. So that one there's been done and perfect, and then yeah, it's just this one. We'll get into it. So I haven't done anything on the old Torana for quite some time, and this is a old quarter panel, and you can see how many pieces I've actually used out of this thing. It's got all the different angles and things like that, and nice sheet metal, and at least I'm putting an old Torana parts back on the Torana. So we'll see how we go. Get all this, and then we're going to get the whole car into the sandblasters and blast it, and then we can work on the body. But, a couple of little jobs to do, but she's getting there slowly. Alright, so I've got a piece here, and I know it's going to fit roughly in the same spot, so I'm just sort of marking on this edge here, and that's giving me that line there, and that'll fold on that seam. So yep, I might just cut that strip out, and then we'll mark across, and then we'll cut this little piece out and clean it up, slot it in, put all the pieces together, and show you what she looks like. So I've just cleaned up that piece, and I've just marked on the outside edge with a pencil. So you're basically just going to sit on that and trace it nice and tight with your lead pencil, and then you'll see those lines, and then you want to cut on the inside edge of that line, so this side of it, and then get it so it sits nice and snug in between. And this piece is going to be a little bit tricky, but we'll get it. So I've cut it out, and you can see obviously in this corner here I can't get to it because of the grinding blade. So what I got is this just this little tool. I can't remember what they call it. It's just a little handy tool, but it's got that cutting edge blade on it. So we'll turn it on. It's going to get noisy, but just bear with us. Nice and easy. Yep, oh look at that. Absolutely. Just a little touch up on the on the inside edge on this one, and then we're good to go. So there's our 3 pieces. This one will pull out a little bit, so it's this way more and flush here, but we use a magnet on there and that'll hold the 2 pieces together. The top's the same, so it's just a matter of now just treating the rust, and we'll treat these couple pieces that we're going to put in, and yeah, like I said, we'll wire brush all inside underneath it and get it all nice before we do it. Throw a bit of paint over, and then we'll grind this all down and make it so it's all bare metal, and then it's just a matter of tacking along it. So that's one little project done. It's just the welding, which we probably won't do today, but I'm just going to make these little pieces for all these things, and when I've got enough of them I can just do a whole heap of them all at one time. So yep, happy with that. Alright, so I'm on the other side door now, and you can see a nice big hole in there and another bit there, and down the end you can just make it out, but they're starting to pit through here too. So I'm going to, I've cut a piece already. Basically I'm going to cut this little strip out to replace that whole section across there. So I'll already marked it, as you can see. I'll just cut that and see how this piece fits. Alright, there we go. So obviously I've got to get it to fit a bit better, but it's pretty good. Probably a bit of a lap joint to do here. And like I said, what I'll do is I'll tack it from corner to corner, then I'll go to the middle, and then I'll go to the opposite corners, and then yeah, just basically switching it around as you go and do the entire weld, so that way it doesn't warp and stays all in place. And then yeah, I basically just stick a magnet across the top, and that'll stick between this piece and that piece and keep it level and flat, and then yeah, just tack it as I go. Right, tacked it on, and just grinded to the back a bit. So this has had the solid tack, and then along here I just did a few little tacks, but I will join the dots in between and then give them a good grinding down, and then it should end up like this one. It's actually not too bad. Not great, but it's not too bad. It's basically just to get rid of that rust anyway. So we've cut it out, welded it. It's solid, and then we'll be able to just apply a thin layer of the fill when we do the whole car in fill, and then that'll get our nice shape back there. So yeah, that'll be all good. Alright, so what I did here, which is on the passenger side, I used this stuff here, which is Rust Blast, KBS Rust Blast, and you basically just pour it in here, spray it on, and then wire brush. So I got the wire brush on my drill and just drilled it, and took all the surface rust off and tried to get all in here. Then got a scrubbing wire brush like this one, just a little wire brush, and yeah, just scratched all the rust off like I said. And now I've just hit it with a just a cheap primer just to coat it, so that way when I'm ready I can weld it. So yeah, that one I'm just going to leave it dry, and you'll see I put a lot of primer in there, so that should stop it from going any further. Right, I hit this side with a lot of primer too, because I've had enough for one day. But you can see where all the joins are. They'll need to all be tacked again, so what I'll do next time is just sand this all back to bare metal again, and then basically just continue along these joints in between and get that a full seam weld. And then basically I'll do what I've done there is just spray it with some kill rust, and then I'll hit it with some primer. And like I said, that will now, once we get a bit of fill on this later on, you just basically do a skim coat and you'll be able to build that level up across there, and you won't even know. There we go, just a quick look at this side. I guess you can see the 3 pieces that I've got a seam weld in now, like tack weld. But yeah, just give them a coat of primer, let them dry, and then I'll rub down the edges of them so I can tack them in, and I'll primer all on the inside of it as well. Guys, that was enough for one day. So I did this side here, which you can see in the primer, and I did on the other side door as well, which I actually welded that one, so that's pretty good. I'll have to go back and do some more welding. I've got a few bits and pieces that I still need to actually weld up, and one of them, I guess, is this seam along here. We did this ages ago and just tacked it in, but we've got to grind all this back down and finish tacking it all the way along, and then we'll hit it with some kill rust again, and then yeah, we'll prime it as well. But yeah, this we're just trying to finish off all the little tiny welds and a few bits and pieces, just button up the main bodywork, and then we'll take the whole car into the sandblasters, and this whole car is getting sandblasted from top to bottom. They won't do all the main big panels because they don't want to warp your car, but they'll do like a big section, and they're going to KBS all underneath the car. So we're getting a black KBS spray underneath all the body of the car, and to KBS is kind of like they put it on pylons and things like that before they sink them into the ocean, and they basically become rust proof, unless obviously you got a bit of rust to start in there. That's why we're going sandblasting first and get all that rust off, and then we'll hit it straight away with KBS. So it'll get KBS in the boot, under the engine bay, and inside the car as well as underneath, and then the rest of it will just be all etch primed for now, and then we'll get back into it and start doing some skim coating, and basically them start doing the paint and the high build and all that sort of stuff. But for now, that's all I can be bothered doing today. It's already about 3 o'clock and I've had enough, so I might just go and chill inside. But anyway, I hope you like that video, guys, and like I said at the start, don't forget to subscribe if you like this kind of video, the restoration of my old Holden Torana. Anyway, see you on the next one. Peace out, stay moist.